Alright, hello and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you know from the title, we're going to be diving into a more softer bronzy look. Summer is nearing its end and I don't know, I just wanted to go ahead and provide you guys with a softer bronzy look that can go ahead and transition you into the fall season. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and dive into the look. This look is going to be full face airbrush makeup, of course, and then I have a little twist. We're going to be adding faux freckles onto this look. So I am about to hit the road. So this is a look that I will be doing when I go see some of my family members. So I wanted to go ahead and share this look with you because I feel like it is soft, natural, yet fun and fresh and kind of glam as well. So let's just go ahead and stop trying to describe looks because we all know I'm real terrible at describing things, and let's just go ahead and dive into the look. So I'm going to be starting off with my eyes, and the same as the bronze look that I did I think the week before last, I'm going to go ahead and go in, I'm using the Dinair compressor, and then I'm going to go ahead and go in laying down a base of Glamour white just so that the bronzy shades can go ahead and pop a little bit more because I feel like my skin tone kind of screws with it a little bit. So I really want you to go ahead and see the bronzy tones, which is why we are going to go ahead and go in with Glamour white. So I'm just going to go ahead and take Glamour white and apply it all over the lid as a base. Okay, so now that I have that laid down, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the transition shade, and for this look we're going to be taking Sepia. I wanted to make sure to use shades that were different from the shades that I used in the last look, so hopefully you guys will like the change up a little bit. If you want to see videos or a series of videos with the same group of shades, let me know because I have been thinking about doing a series just kind of using the same group of shades. I did that with my last event looks. I kind of used the same group of shades and only changed one or two things around. So hopefully that'll be helpful for you guys who only have a limited amount of shades. Maybe I can help you find different ways to go ahead and make a better use of the shades that you have if you have a set amount or certain shades. So yeah, just let me know if you're interested in that. Alright, so let's get back to the look. So I'm going to be taking Sepia to the transition crease area and kind of tapering it out toward the outer corner, outer V. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and go in with Hot Chocolate. This is from Dinair's Glamour line. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply this to the outer corner of the eye, blending it out toward the outer V because I want a nice soft blended look. And then I'm going to go ahead and taper it in to the natural fold or the crease area of my eyelid and just kind of drag it through going toward the inner corner of the crease. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. Alright, so now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and take Island Sands. This is from Dinair's Colair Opalescent line, and I'm going to apply it all over the lid like so. I'm not sure if I'm going to cut the crease. We may or we may not. We'll see as I go along if I decide to cut it, but I am going to go ahead and apply this all over the lid. The shade is really beautiful because it has a nice soft bronzy hue to it, so I thought this would be perfect. Alright, so I decided not to cut the crease. I think I like the more blown out look. I did a very structured cut crease the last time I put out a bronzy look, so I want to go ahead and keep this one nice and blown out. I am going to go ahead and add another shade though, so I'm thinking maybe I will add Bronze Rose just for a little bit of definition and some dimension to this look. So let's just go ahead and add that. I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the outer corner of the eye area and then kind of taper it in just about halfway in the crease area. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back in with hot chocolate, and what I'm going to do is just kind of add a little bit of definition. I'm just going to put just a small amount just right here, just to add a little bit more depth there and a little bit more dimension to the look. I've really been loving doing that, especially with my looks lately when I'm not cutting the crease, because I feel like it gives a nice blown out soft cut crease effect rather than the actual harsh cut. So I'm just going to take a drop of that. We're just going to take it right here to this little dip. Just slightly. Pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to add some here to the outer corner, outer V, just to go ahead and redefine that area so that everything's nice and blended together. Alright, so now that the eyes are at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the rest of the face, and then we'll come back and finish off the eyes. So to start off, I'm going to go ahead and conceal, and I'm going to be using the Neutralizing Camouflage line. I mixed shades Honey Beige and Olive Beige together to go ahead and conceal the blemishes around my face. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And then for the under eye area, I am going to be going in with cream concealer. I just find it's a little bit easier and softer. I have a lot of texture there and a lot of lines there, so I don't typically like to airbrush concealer under there. Instead, I will go ahead and use cream concealer, and then I'll go ahead and airbrush foundation and everything over that cream concealer. So let me go ahead and do that so everything can be nice and seamless. Just a little bit. I don't like to put too much. And then I'm going to be taking my Sephora Pro Airbrush Concealer brush. This is number 57. I'm just going to kind of lightly buff that there. There. Like so. Soften that outer edge while I'm at it. Why not? The older you get, the more texture you have. Adding kids adds texture as well, and I have 3, so we've added a lot of texture over the years. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and conceal the blemishes around my face with the Neutralizing Camouflage line. Okay, so I feel like concealing kind of brightened up some of my blemishes, so I'm going to go ahead and take my foundation shade in the Neutralizing Camouflage line, and I'm just going to go ahead and lightly dust over those areas just so it can be a little bit more seamless when I apply my foundation. It's a nice trick, especially when you're working on other people, because you never really know how the shades and the undertones are going to affect the blemished area. So it's always good to have tricks like that just to go ahead and help you troubleshoot. That way you don't have highlighted blemishes. Okay, next, so before I put on foundation, I want to give myself a nice underglow. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the Opalescent shade Tahitian Dust and apply that all over as a base, because I really want to have that glow from within kind of look. Now this is not very shimmery, it's more satiny, so it will definitely give you that glow from within look. I'm going to take about 3 drops. Apply it heavily in the areas where I would highlight. And then all over the rest of the face. Just in a lighter layer. And the neck. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my foundation shade. Actually, let's go in and do the other shades first because we want it to be a little bit more natural. So today I'm going to go ahead and bronze, and for that I'm going to be using Nutmeg. And I'm just going to go ahead and bronze any area that would naturally get bronzy or tan with sun exposure. So nothing special here. And then for blush, I'm going to be taking Dinair Colair Matte Shade Salmon and just applying that on the cheekbones over the bridge of the nose and kind of tapering it up toward the temples because I want a nice natural flush. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with foundation, and for foundation today, I'm going to be using a mixture of the Dinair Colair the Dinair Colair Radiance line with the Dinair Foundation Extender. I'm just going to go ahead and back bubble to mix that. Next, I'm going to go in with highlighter, and I'm going to go in with Dinair Colair Opalescent shade Shine On You. Okay, now it is time for the faux freckles. So I'm going to go ahead and use this stencil here. This stencil was actually recommended to me by a follower of mine. They actually use this for tanning, but I have been using it with my airbrush makeup. Now I do have freckles naturally, but I find that the coverage with the Dinair foundation is on point. So it kind of covers up some of my freckles. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of add them back on and maybe add a few more in there. So I want to go ahead and give a special thanks to the person who recommended the stencil to me. This stencil is actually called the Bronzy Stencil. This is the ultimate tan your own freckles stencil. I went ahead and ordered it online, and yeah, absolutely love it. I've been loving it. I've had it for about a week or so now, maybe like 2 weeks now, and I have been using it a ton. It just makes your skin look so fresh and natural. I absolutely have been loving it. So thank you so much for recommending this to me in the comment section of one of my last videos, one of my previous videos. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, so the way that I have been using this with the airbrush makeup is just laying this in certain areas instead of laying it fully flat. I've just been laying it down in certain areas and then spraying. The two shades that I have been using have been Dark Almond and Cocoa. So I'll start off with Dark Almond, and then I'll go over just a few areas with the shade Cocoa. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do that. Okay, and then next I'll go in with Cocoa. Let me clear out that Dark Almond. Take a drop of Cocoa, and then just go ahead and apply in areas just scattered around. So add a couple up here. Need a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, I like that. So as you can see, it's super easy to use and super easy to do. Let me go ahead and get closer so you can go ahead and see. But it just adds these beautiful, like, random freckles everywhere, and it's super quick and super easy rather than just dotting on them individually. So I'm absolutely have been not only loving this look, but loving the ease of use for this stencil. I have been on the hunt for a freckle stencil for a really long time, but I found that it's really hard to find one that just has small enough dots and has like variations in the dot size and has them scattered in a way that I like. So I really like this stencil, and I'm so appreciative to the person who recommended it for me. Alright, so now to go ahead and blend the freckles in a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and take the foundation shade in the Radiance line that I used prior. I'm just going to take a drop of it, not much, and I'm going to go ahead and dust over the freckles. There we go, perfect. Okay, so now let's go in and finish the eyes. Okay, so to highlight the tear duct, I'm going to go in with Dinair Shimmer shade Pink Blossom. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going to start off by taking Sepia and dusting it down. And then I'm going to go ahead and deepen that using Hot Chocolate. So now I'm going to go ahead and let my eyes adjust because I just sprayed some air into them, so it can get a little bit watery. So I'm going to go ahead and let them adjust and work on my brows. So I'm just going to dust any foundation or any shimmer off that may have gotten into my brows. My brows do have a light fill from the pencil that I use as soon as I get up. I like to go ahead and fill in my brows before I go walk my dog. It's a thing. I like to do it. Okay, I don't want to go out with sparse brows. So I do fill them in a little bit with a pencil, but they have since faded a little bit and I want them to be touched up considering that the rest of the face is done. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my Dinair NC stencil along with the brow shade Umber. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my brows. Just a nice light soft fill, nothing too drastic. See, just nice and soft. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other brow. Alright, so now that the eyebrows have been lightly airbrushed, I'm going to go ahead and tame some of the brow hairs using the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel in the shade Soft Black, just to go ahead and make sure those hairs are all standing up. Because I like the more fluffier brow look. There we go, nice and fluffy. Alright, so the last thing to do is liners. Let's go ahead and get into that. So I'm just going to be taking the Dinair Glamour Jet Black, maybe using the air from my airbrush to just kind of dry down that gel on my brows a little bit. Another perk of using an airbrush. Alright, so I'm just going to add a couple drops of this Jet Black into my airbrush gun. Just taking one drop actually, not two, because you know two might be too much. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the Shadow Shield and apply my liner. Nice and soft. Okay, and then now I'm going to go ahead and flip the stencil and kind of create like a smoked out wing effect. Blending it up into the outer corner like so. And then I'm just going to connect that at a better angle there. Like so. Okay, and then I'm just going to take a little bit to the outer corner of the lower lash line. Just for cohesion. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish off with my mascara. Top off the lips with a pencil and then a gloss. And then we'll go ahead and wrap out this video. So hold on just one sec. Alright, so this is the finished look. I went ahead and topped the lashes off with my Almay Mascara. This is the Multi-Benefit Mascara. This is a new mascara that I have been using for the past 2 weeks now, and I absolutely have been loving it. I feel like it holds the curl really nice, and it makes me look like I'm wearing false lashes even when I'm not. So I'm absolutely loving this one. I am going to go ahead and give it a couple more weeks of use, and then I'll go ahead and let you guys know my final thoughts about this stuff. But so far, I am absolutely loving it. And then to finish off the lips, I went ahead and used Rimmel London's Lasting Finish in the shade 50 Tiramisu, and then I topped that with a Dose of Colors gloss in the shade Almond Butter. So this is the finished look. I absolutely love it. It is super soft, blown out, bronzy. I absolutely love it. I think it turned out really, really beautiful, and I feel like this is the perfect look to go ahead and transition off of summer into the autumn and the fall season. I just feel like it's beautiful, and the brown tones in here, very fall-esque. We have that addition of bronze rose that kind of transitions you over from the summer to the fall. It's a beautiful pink tone. It's a little bit more deep, a little bit more rich. And then on the lid, we have the star of the show, Island Sands, a beautiful light bronzy shade that is not too overdone, but not too underdone. So I absolutely love it so much. I hope you guys love this look as much as I do. Of course, the faux freckle moment is really putting me over the top. I have been loving rocking faux freckles since the moment I got the stencil in. I have been on the hunt for a faux freckle stencil for the longest time. So I'm super grateful to the viewer who recommended the stencil to me. I'm sorry I don't have your name in my head right now, but I will go ahead and put it on the screen there so you guys know who recommended this stencil. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. I hope you see this video so that you can go ahead and receive my gratitude. I am super happy with this stencil. I can't get enough of it, and I'm definitely going to make more use of it even into the fall, okay? Because I love a faux freckle moment, so you know I'm just going to be using it all year round at this point. But yeah, so with that being said, I hope you found this video entertaining and inspiring. I want to thank you again so much for taking the time out of your day to go ahead and watch my video. And if you made it to the end, thank you so much for being a real one, making it all the way to the end. If you did go ahead and make it all the way to the end and you decide to go ahead and comment, if you can comment a sun emoji so I know that you're one of the people who made it to the end, I can give you a direct piece of gratitude in a reply back just for the fact that you made it to the end of the video. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for taking a little bit of time out of your day once again. And without rambling on too much again, because I feel like I'm repeating myself, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much again for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye!